What's up, guys? It's the Fabled Menace here, and today we will take a short stroll to the region of wisdom to meet the Dendro Archon herself, Nahida. So with that, let's dive into it and learn more about her and how to build her. Her elemental skill sends forth karmic bonds of wood and tree from her side, dealing AoE Dendro damage and marking up to 8 opponents hit with the Seed of Skandha. When you hold down her elemental skill, you will enter aiming mode, which will last up to 5 seconds. Aiming mode will allow you to select a limited number of opponents within a limited area. Nahida's resistance to interruption will be increased, and when released, this skill deals dendro damage to the opponent and marks them with the Seed of Skandha. Opponents who have been marked by the Seed of Skandha will be linked to one another up until a certain distance. After you trigger an elemental reaction on the opponents who have been affected by the Seed of Skandha, or when they take damage from Dendro cores, including Burgeon or Hyperbloom damage, Nahida will unleash a Tri-Karma Purification on the opponents and all connected opponents, dealing Dendro damage based on her attack and elemental mastery. Her elemental burst manifests the Court of Dreams and expands the Shrine of Maya. When the Shrine of Maya is unleashed, the following effects will take place separately depending on elemental types present in the party. For Pyro, the damage dealt by the Tri-Karma Purification is increased. This effect is dependent on staying within the Shrine of Maya with any party member. For Electro, the intervals between the Tri-Karma Purification is decreased. This effect is also dependent on party members staying within the Shrine of Maya. And lastly, for Hydro, if Hydro is in the party, the duration of the Shrine of Maya is increased. If there are at least 2 party members of the previously mentioned elemental types present when the field is deployed, the previously mentioned effects will be further increased. Now let's take a look at her first passive talent. When unleashing her elemental burst, the Shrine of Maya will gain the following effects. The elemental mastery of the on-field character within the shrine will be increased by 25% of the party member with the highest elemental mastery. You can gain a max of 250 elemental mastery in this manner. For her second passive talent, each point of Nahida's elemental mastery beyond 200 will grant a 0.1% bonus damage and a 0.03% crit rate to the Tri-Karma Purification. A max of 80% bonus damage and 24% crit rate can be granted to the Tri-Karma Purification in this manner. And lastly, for her third passive talent, Nahida can use her elemental skill to interact with some harvestable items within a fixed AoE. This skill may have some other effects. Her talent upgrade priorities will be her elemental skill first, then her elemental burst, and you don't need to take up her normal attack, but you can if you want to. Her besting slot artifact set is the Deepwood Memories. A 2-piece of the set increases the Dendro damage bonus by 15%, and at a 4-piece, after the elemental skill or burst hits an opponent, the target's Dendro resistance will be decreased by 30% for 8 seconds. This effect can be triggered even if the equipping character is not on field. For her sands, you will look for elemental mastery. For a goblet, either elemental mastery or dendro damage bonus. And for a circlet, you will look for either elemental mastery, crit rate or crit damage. For her substats, you will be looking for energy recharge, elemental mastery, crit rate, crit damage, and attack percentage. Alternate 4-piece sets you can run on her in the meantime would be the Tenacity of Millilith, the Golden Troops, Gilded Dreams, or Instructors. Any 2-piece set with bonus of EM, Dendro damage, or elemental skill damage will work on her in the time being as well. A best in slot weapon is 1000 Floating Dreams. The passive for this weapon is party members other than the equipping character will provide the equipping character with buffs based on whether their elemental types is the same as the latter or not. If the elemental types are the same, increase elemental mastery by 32. If not, increase the equipping character's damage bonus from their elemental type by 10%. Each of the previously mentioned effects can have up to 3 stacks. Additionally, all nearby party members other than the equipping character will have their elemental mastery increased by 40. Multiple such effects from multiple such weapons can stack. Other weapons that can be run on her include Kagura's Verity, Sacrificial Fragments, Wandering Evenstar, the Witsith, Lost Prayer to the Sacred Winds, Solar Pearl, Favonius Codex, Magic Guide, Mappa Mare, Hakushin Ring, Prototype Amber, Thrilling Tales of Dragon Slayers. If you're enjoying this video thus far and find it very informative, don't forget to like and subscribe. And with that, back to the video. For her teams, there are many different teams you can run with her, such as Quicken teams, Hyper Bloom and Quick Bloom, Bountiful Bloom, Burgeon, and Burn Melt teams. Examples of Quicken teams would be Nahida, Keqing, Fischl, and Zhongli, or Nahida, Raiden, Fischl, and Jean, or Nahida, Tenari, Fischl, and Zhongli, or Nahida, Alhaitham, Yaimiko, and Cookie. Examples of Hyper Bloom or Quick Bloom teams would be Nahida, Cookie, Xingqiu, and Yelan, or Nahida, Alhaitham, Cookie, and Xingqiu, or Nahida, Cookie, Beidou, and Xingqiu, or Nahida, Raiden, Kokomi, and Dendro Traveler. Examples of Bountiful Bloom teams would be Nahida, Nilu, Kokomi, and Yelan, or Nahida, Nilu, Barbara, and Dendro Traveler, or Nahida, Nilu, Kokomi, and Kole, or Nahida, Nilu, Candace, and Yao Yao. Examples of Burgeon teams would be Nahida, Ayato, Toma, and Baiju, or Nahida, Yanfei, Xingqiu, and Yelan, or Nahida, Razor, Bennett, and Xingqiu. Examples of Burn Melt teams would be Nahida, Ganyu, Bennett, and Dea, or Nahida, Risley, Bennett, and Dea, or even Nahida, Chongyun, Bennett, and Rosaria. Characters are interchangeable in these teams. For the Pyro aspect of the team, you can run Toma, Klee, Yanfei, Bennett, Xiangling, Dea, Amber, or any Pyro-infused melee character. For Hydro, you could use Xingqiu, Yelan, Kokomi, Furina, Nuvalet, Ayato, Barbara, Candace, or even Child. For Dendro, you could use Yao Yao, Kiara, Baiju, Kave, Kole, Dendro Traveler, and if you want a DPS Dendro character, Alhaitham or Tenari. For Electro, you could use Keqing, Sino, Raiden, Lisa, Yaimiko, Razor, Fischl, Beidou, Cookie, Kujusara, or even Dori. For Anemo, you can run Kazuha, Sucrose, Xianyan, Jean, Sayu, Heizu, Lynette, or even Venti. For Geo filler characters, you could run Zhongli, Chiori, Albedo, or even Noel. And lastly, for Cryo, you can use Ganyu, Risley, Rosaria, Chongyun, or even Kaya. I truly believe that Nahida is a great addition to any account, especially if you're a new player who lacks a lot of characters, as she has the ability to be very versatile with many different characters. You might not see the best performance out of her with certain characters, but at least you can make up a team with her. And with that, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.